I'd really like Neoscape to be considered first and foremost a creative studio with tremendous production capabilities in-house. I want to be known for the ideas that we bring to our clients and for our ability to execute them at an extremely high level.
Neoscape is recognized as an industry leader in the real estate industry, providing high-end visualization and computer animation primarily for sales and marketing campaigns.
I think we take a slightly different approach to design visualization than some people have traditionally, and the visual style that we're trying to achieve is something that is much more cinematic. Many of the techniques that make film successful also make computer animation successful, and we are really trying to get away from kind of the preconceived notion of a virtual tour. You know, that to us kind of dumbs down what we're bringing to the table. Creativity is the core of our business, and we just execute many of our ideas using computer technology and tools like 3D Studio Max and AutoCAD. You know, often we have people who come in and say, geez, I saw your Loft 5 film and I want one of those for my project. And we really try to convince people that what they really need is for us to come in and approach their project the same way we approached Loft 5, so that we can create a unique solution for them, that our next prospect will come in and say, I want one of those for my project, and then we'll start the process all over again.
All of our clients either use AutoCAD or similar product, and many of them even have 3D Studio, so it makes for kind of that pipeline to work very, very seamlessly.
Everybody knows the Plaza. We had to show a revitalization and its rebirth as private residences while maintaining its history and the opulence and just magnificent design detail. This was a $650 million project that was undergoing a $350 million renovation.
The architectural detail, the mood, everything just called for something that we hadn't really done before. You look at the ornamentation, for example, it was everywhere. It would just be a daunting task. But you start looking at it, and then you see that a lot of it repeats. Even within the same detail, a lot of the features repeat. But again, there's just so many tools in Max that are kind of tailor-made for that. Things like the symmetry modifier. It's amazing how many times you can spend an hour or two formulating this little detail, and then using the symmetry modifier, you can kind of build it upon itself to generate, a column capital. With a more cinematic approach, you have to be a little more thoughtful about, where cameras go, what it makes sense for cameras to do. So we've looked a lot to film to kind of get a sense, because just because you can do anything with a camera that you want in Max doesn't mean that you should. So we've started to implement methods in-house, and Nils Nordgren, who's kind of our technical guru here, can speak to some of the tools that he's developed to work with cameras to make it more like a camera rig, that you can drop into a set and move around.
MaxScript is a great tool for really, building kind of simple procedures all the way through to very complex systems. When we have a specific kind of creative solution, I think it's great to build some more procedural tools that do that process. That way artists can have more freedom to experiment rather than taking long process and building a specific animated effect. And if they don't like what they got to start from scratch.
AutoCAD and 3D Studio Max is the language all of our clients speak.
There's so many kind of shared pieces of how things are approached. Having all the DWG linking and all of the integration allows it to really work well.
There's no other tool out there that I feel as universal as 3ds Max for creating 3D.
We embraced it because we just knew that it was going to be absolutely the best and most versatile tool for us moving forward and growing a company from a 3-person shop to a 50-person shop.
CG to me is one of my favorite art forms. And just like a painter needs a brush, a CG artist needs a tool. And for me, the tool of choice is 3ds Max.